When we think about illegal immigration, normally what comes to mind, and for good reason, are people from Central and South America or any Latin American country. And in reality, that's the overwhelming majority for sure. Now, the illegal immigration debate has been a hot topic for obvious reasons. In 2007, when the illegal immigration population was at its peak, there were 12.2 million illegal immigrants in the US. That's 4% of the population. By 2020, it went down a bit to 10.5 million, or 3.2% of the population. Still, these are staggering numbers that continue at a steady rate, and many Americans are not too happy about it. And to be honest, why would they? Many of those who speak out about this problem usually have legitimate concerns. However, one part of the argument that's usually left out of the debate is America's influence or domination in the countries or region these illegal immigrants are coming from, and how that contributes to the illegal immigration problem overall. Now again, those who are not happy about illegal immigration do have legitimate concerns, and these concerns affect their lives directly. They include economics. They argue that illegal immigrants compete for jobs with legal residents, leading to lower wages for certain sectors or industries. They also argue that they strain public resources such as education, healthcare, and social services. National security. They express concerns about the potential for illegal immigrants with criminal backgrounds to enter the country, posing risks to public safety. There are also worries about the effectiveness of border security measures and preventing the entry of individuals with malicious intentions. Rule of law. They emphasize the importance of upholding immigration laws and argue that allowing illegal immigration undermines the rule of law. They believe that enforcing immigration laws is essential for maintaining order and protecting national sovereignty. In fact, many hardcore critics label illegal immigrants as criminals for the very fact that they're entering the country illegally. Now, these concerns are real for most American citizens, and they have a right to raise them. To dismiss them all as just some anti-immigrant rhetoric doesn't really contribute to the debate. However, there are factors that have contributed and continue to contribute to droves of people crossing into the U.S. border every day. And these factors have to do with the United States itself. And more often than not, these factors are left out of the debate from those who raise concerns about illegal immigration. Historically, the United States has looked at the region south of the border as its own backyard, as per the Monroe Doctrine, and has given itself, and only itself, the right to intervene in any country in the region when it felt its interests were threatened. And this has happened up to the present day. Now, to get a good idea of what these interests include, I'm going to let the commander of the United States Southern Command, which is responsible for this region, 4-star General Laura J. Richardson, tell you herself.
This region is so rich in resources, rare earth minerals, lithium. The lithium triangle is in this region. There are a lot of things that this region has to offer. But why this region matters, with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60% of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. You just have the largest oil reserves, light sweet crude, discovered off of Guyana over a year ago. You have Venezuela's resources as well with oil, copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have 31% of the world's fresh water in this region too. I mean, it's just off the charts. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security, and we need to step up our game.
Just to give you an idea of what U.S. intervention due to its interests looks like, since the year 2000, the United States has attempted over 28 coups and Latin America. U.S. interference in Latin America has been cited as one of the contributing factors to the challenges and conditions that lead to migration, including the issue of illegal immigration. While it's crucial to recognize the complexity of migration patterns and the multitude of factors involved, historical U.S. interventions have played a role in shaping the economic, social, and political landscape of the region. These include political instability. U.S. interventions in Latin American countries, often during the Cold War, have been associated with supporting authoritarian regimes or intervening in local politics. This interference contributed to political instability, human rights abuses, and the suppression of democratic movements. In such environments, many individuals have faced persecution, violence, and lack of political freedoms, leading them to seek refuge in the United States. Economic policies and inequality. U.S. economic policies, including support for certain regimes, have sometimes exacerbated economic inequality in Latin American countries. Trade policies, exploitation of natural resources, and support for specific industries have contributed to social and economic disparities. High levels of poverty and limited economic opportunities have driven people to migrate in search of better prospects, including through illegal means. Limited economic development. U.S. interventions and economic policies have at times hindered sustainable economic development in Latin American countries. This lack of development has resulted in limited job opportunities, poor living conditions, and inadequate access to education and health care, prompting individuals to seek better prospects in the United States. American corporate dominance. U.S. multinational corporations play a significant role in Latin American economies, especially in sectors like agriculture, energy, and technology. And oftentimes, Latin American governments are persuaded to bow to the interests of these corporations at the expense of the local populations, which in turn leads some to leave the country in search of a better life elsewhere. It's important to note that Latin American nations have their own agencies, governments, and policies that shape their economies, and they have to be accountable for that. However, historical and contemporary factors that include American influence and interference must not be ignored, especially when the issue of illegal immigration is raised in the United States. If you consider U.S. interference in the affairs of sovereign nations proper and legal, then there's no such thing as illegal immigration into the U.S. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Help us to spread this video by sharing. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more videos.